All right, Shalom. I'd like to start off saying Kyle Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Harikakwadash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and my elder Herawan as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. I'm Kanaksa Amba Yashala from the Lions in the Yashala camp. And this sit down is going to be in reference to like a slight topic that came up during camp this past Saturday. The lesson was the value of a man in the Lord. Like those are the true valuable men. And the brother Thanyala was going into basically what makes us valuable is the consumption of the roll. I mean the ingestion and the digestion of the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. It kind of intrigued me a little bit to want to go into it a little bit spiritually. And, so here we go. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and serves its purpose for the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, this is Ezekiel 3:1. It says, "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and speak unto the house of Israel." Right, and that roll that is that is speaking of is talking about these scriptures, man. So we are to consume this whole roll of the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, right? And go out there and teach the people, call out to the elect and, recite judgment to the 2/3 in these other nations. And, but in order to do that properly, we have to have the proper provender, we have to eat of the roll, we have to be taught how to eat, so those that got to the water first, they were able to drink the milk, eat the meat, and and digest it and ingest it and teach it to others, and that's a beautiful thing. Not everybody was meant to be the one that's able to break stuff down or like without being taught by somebody. It takes a lot to be able to be taught something. Because you see 2/3 of our people, these other nations, you can't even teach this word to them. So the fact that you're able to understand the words of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai is a goal, is a gem within itself. Because you're able to hear what's being spoken of. Back to Ezekiel 3:1, it says, "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then I did eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness," right? So it was spoken of to Ezekiel by the angel to eat, consume the whole thing. It's going to be so sweetened to thy mouth. And initially, that's what the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai is. It's so sweet, man. You don't even realize, how this says it's a bittersweet. You don't even understand that part of it until you start to digest it. And then the responsibility comes behind it. Then your veil is pulled off of your eyes, and you see the true state of our people, and it begins to vex you. As a matter of fact, hold on, just like you grab a sword. Trying to find the scripture real quick in Ecclesiastes. I can paraphrase it if I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure I can find it, Lord willing. I need some light. All right, Slakia, let me try to get some more light on this. All right. um, basically, it was basically saying with oh no, I know where it is. I know where it is. It is. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 18. It says, "For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth in knowledge increaseth in sorrow." Right? So now that happens when we consume the roll, when we eat the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, it goes into our mouths sweet. It's because it's liberating. It feels so good to be liberated. Get a true understanding of why your life was going the way it was going, or why you see the things you see in this matrix. But within that, you realize, oh shit. You realize everything you see, and you see it for face value for what it actually is, and it becomes so plain to you that you get frustrated when it's not plain to other people. But then to see the state of mind of our 2/3 of our people and see what's going to happen to them, people can holler out, yeah, F the 2/3 all they want to, but like, come on, they still Israel, man. So like, it grieves us to see we're the ones sighing and crying for all the abominations that are done in the midst. If we're sighing and crying because of the state of our people, man, and judgment's going to become upon them. Lord willing, we're the ones exempt from judgment. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. But still, two-thirds of our nation are gonna go through severe pain, death by pain, because of not repenting. So it starts out sweet, but it gets to be bitter, and understanding the bitterness of it. We go through the persecutions. That's part of the bitter. Seeing our people in a messed up state, that's part of the bitter, and seeing these other nations, like mainly Esau, ruling over us, just like it was spoken in Second Ezra chapter 6. Like, these nations that were ever reputed as nothing have begun to rule over us, man. And it gets frustrating at times, but when you're bearing the Urim and the Thummim, you have a true understanding. So even with the bitterness that hits your belly, you still taste that sweetness in your mouth, just like with the Passover, when you eat the bitter herb, but then you chase it. You eat of the lamb right afterwards, and the sweetness and the succulentness of the lamb takes away from the bitterness of the herb. So, the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai takes away from the bitterness that we have to go through here, and we're comforted through these scriptures, man. So, back to Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 3, it says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey." It's like it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness, man. That's beautiful, because the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai is sweet, And from there I want to go to Revelations 1 and 3, because we study to show ourselves approved, but some people study for the wrong reasons. Some people study because they want to look good in debates, but we study. There's a scripture that says, like, reading the word of the Lord at your leisure, meaning your not necessarily your free time. Like, how you would do certain things. Like, I myself, I like to go fishing, but I like to read while I'm fishing. So that's leisure to me. Like, reading the stories and getting and engulfed in the word like that. It's a work in progress, because I wasn't always like that. You know, I even asked the elder for advice on how to, and he was like, he went back to an old movie both of us know about, the Never Ending Story, and it's about a young boy who would go into his basement or his attic to read a book, and when he would open the book and read the book, he would become part of the story. And that's initially that what she was on the elders of Quan, Aharawan was saying to do. Like, you become part of the book once you realize who you are, because we are the ones that were around back in those times. So it's important for us to consume the whole role. It's important for us to read, because we're reading about ourselves. We're reading about our past, indulging in the present, and preparing ourselves for the future, all in one sit down or one visit with the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai through His words. All right. So this is Revelation chapter 1 verse 3. It says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things that are written there, which are written therein, for the time is at hand." So blessed is he that readeth. So, it's a blessing to read, not only because at one point in time, we weren't allowed to read, but even the ones that are allowed to read, now we're allowed to read the books. But you have 2/3 of our people that don't even desire to read it, or if they do read it, like these churches, if they do read it, they don't read it correctly, or they're not able to read it correctly. All right, so it's a blessing to be able to read. All right, it says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy," man. So you got to be able to hear it, So understanding doctrine, all right, to take in consideration. All right, so that's the hearing of it, understanding of the doctrine of what's being told, the message that's being sent by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. So blessed is he and she that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, man. And keep those things that are written therein. All right, blessed is he that readeth, he that goes out there on the highways and byways. All right, he's blessed for reading, preparing what to say, and going out there and teaching in the spirit. And they that hear, the ones that are able to listen or hear the words that are being spoken by the prophets, man. So it's perfectly as said. It's like, blessed is he that readeth, and they, meaning everybody else, because the men were sent out. All right, to prophesy. All right, to consume the whole role and teach to the wind. All right, gathering the elect, gathering the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, from there I want to go to Isaiah chapter 34. This is Isaiah 34 and 16. And it says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord." Right, seek, look, read, man. It says to resort to, it says, darash. It says, this is the word seek, to darash. It says to resort to, seek with care, inquire, require, to resort to, frequent a place. All right, to consult, inquire of, seek of Yahweh. All right, it says seek. It says allow oneself to be inquired of, consult only of only of God, meaning only of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, so seek out of these scriptures, man. It says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate," man. None of the prophecies that are spoken of in this book are going to fail. All right. It says, "For my mouth it had shlakia. For my mouth it had commanded, and his spirit it had gathered them." All right. So who is the mouth? The mouth of the Lord are the prophets that go out. But it's the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai that's gathering them together. It's not about the words that are being spoken, but the ones that have the correct spirit for those words to be spoken to fall upon, man. So we have to consume the whole role as as a commandment given unto us by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, this is Revelation chapter 10. It says, Revelation 10 and 9, it says, and I went unto the angel, and he said, this is John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos. I said, I went to unto the angel, and he said unto him, give me the book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up. It shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. The same thing that was with Ezekiel. You know, it made our bellies bitter, but in our mouth it was sweet as honey, right? And that's it's the bitterness that we have to go through, the persecution that we have to go through, being prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But that sweetness comes both ways, because it tastes good as it comes in, and it tastes even better as it comes out. You know, so you know how it said you're whispering sweet nothings in our ear. We're shouting sweet somethings to the people, to the elect, giving hope unto the elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, so it says so we're supposed to read we're supposed to consume this whole roll, man. Revelation 10 and 9 again, it says, and I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up. It shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter, man. All right. So now, but this is what we need, you know, in order to prophesy in sincerity and truth, man. You know, same thing with Ezekiel. He told him, you know, it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey, but in thy belly it should be bitter. All right, verse 11, it said, and he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings, man. So that's reincarnation. So just like we were told to seek out of the book and consume the whole roll back in those times, we're experiencing the same thing now. We got to consume the whole roll and be filled up with the arsenal of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and speak into the wind and prophesy to the wind to gather up the broken bones in the valley of the dry bones, man, bringing them together. You know, so it's very important for us to consume the whole roll, man. Eat the whole word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, Lord, one of this lesson was edified. And with that, I'd like to say, Ka Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harukah Kodash Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Herawan as well. Salutation to the occupant that are put in his truth and sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Shalom.